The flight attendant stared, baffled. A man in tattered, dirty clothes was sitting in seat 2A, right in the middle of first class. The other passengers were whispering, some even complaining to the crew. He looked completely out of place, clutching a worn-out plastic bag. The attendant politely asked him if he was in the right seat. Maybe he'd made a mistake. The man just smiled faintly and nodded, showing her his boarding pass. It was legitimate seat 2 of first class. The attendant was confused but had to let it go as the plane prepared for takeoff. Throughout the flight, the man kept to himself. He politely refused the gourmet meal and expensive champagne, only asking for a simple glass of water. The passenger next to him, a businessman in a sharp suit, kept shooting him looks of disgust, even trying to create as much distance as possible in the spacious seat. The whispers and judgmental stares continued, making the atmosphere in the first-class cabin tense and uncomfortable. People couldn't understand how someone who looked like he lived on the streets could afford such a ticket. They assumed he must have scammed his way on board. Just as the plane began its descent, the captain's voice came over the intercom. He started with the usual landing information, but then his tone changed. "Ladies and gentlemen," he said, "I'd also like to take a moment to acknowledge a special guest we have on board today." Sitting in seat 2A, everyone in first class turned to stare at the man. "This man is a firefighter," the captain continued. "Yesterday, he spent 10 hours battling a massive warehouse fire. He saved 3 of his colleagues who were trapped inside, and he did it after his own oxygen tank had run out. He suffered from smoke inhalation and minor burns, and lost all his belongings which were stored at the station. He's on his way to see his family." The cabin fell silent. The captain then explained, his entire crew chipped in to buy him this first-class ticket so he could fly home with the comfort he deserves. A wave of shame washed over the first-class passengers. The businessman next to him was speechless, his face turning red. Slowly, one by one, they began to stand up and applaud. The man, the hero, simply smiled, a single tear rolling down his cheek. It's a powerful reminder to never judge a book by its cover. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and leave your thoughts in the comments section.